Alright, lesson 3, we're going to be looking at Cartesian planes. So if you look at this graph down here, I want you to describe the position of the following animals on the grid. So give their coordinates just next to A, B, C and D. Pause and do that now please. Alright, so with your positions of the animals, you always want to put down the x-axis first, which is that one down the bottom there, and then the y-axis second. So the dolphin's here. So for the dolphin, I'm going to say I can find it at J 9. For the crab, B 6. For the shark, D 8. And for the turtle, J 5. On this one, have a go at saying where this fish is. Same as before, F 5. Right, I'd like you to copy down this section in your book on Cartesian planes and the x-coordinate. So before, when you were looking at graphs, you were only really looking at this sector here. Maybe you even went to the negatives on the x side, but now we're going to be looking at negative y numbers as well. So on this one here, we're going to have a go at writing down the coordinates of the points labelled. Now it's exactly the same as what we're doing on that graph with the underwater animals, but now we're using letters. So with A, just here, use our x-axis first, so 5, and then 6 on the y-axis. So 5, 6, that tells us our x and our y. For B, it's negative 5, and then 5 in the y. And negative 5 in the x, 5 in the y. C, it's negative 2 and 3. D, negative 2 in the x and negative 2 in the y. E is 3 in the x, negative 4 in the y. And lastly F, 2 in the x, negative 6 in the y. Alright, pause here, have a go at writing down the coordinates for the square, triangle, and the other two. Right, for the square, just like before, we start off with the x, negative 3, and the y, 2. Next we've got the triangle with a 3 in the x and a 4 in the 2. On your one, when you do this, make sure you use a ruler. Your lines will come up much neater than mine. So for the pentagon, negative 5 in the x, negative 2 in the y. Probably helps if I put brackets around these to make them look just a bit neater. So for the circle, 1 in the x, negative 5 in the y. Right, now it's your turn. Pause and have a go at writing down the coordinates for the A through to E. Right, for A, we've got negative 2 and 3. For B, we have 3 and 2. For C, we've got 1 and negative 1. For D, we've got 3 and negative 1. And lastly E, negative 2 and negative 4. Right, with this one, you're going to identify the letter on the Cartesian plane that matches each of the ordered pairs of numbers, so you're working backwards from what you did before. So pause this and have a go at answering some of the questions. If you're struggling, play for a tiny bit, watch me do the first one, then pause, and then continue to do the rest. Right, the first one here, we've got 1 and -4. Remember, the first number is your x, so 1. Second number is our y, -4. And join up those two with straight lines, and they cross over at E. The next one, we've got 2 and -3. So 2 in the x, -3 in the y, cross them over, they cross over at A. Next one, we've got -1 and 3, so -1 in the y, sorry, in the x, and 3 in the y. In our second set, we've got 5 and 0, so 5 in the x, and 0 in the y, so we don't have to go up or down. So that will be at B. -4 and -2. So come all the way out here to -4 and go down to -2. We've got C. You can probably tell the last one's going to be D because it's the last one left, but let's just confirm. So come out to -4 and 0 in the Y, so we don't have to go up or down. So it is D.